The Liberal government is once again in power for another term, but it was a minority government, which means this country is divided. You got half of the people that are happy, but you got the other half that are very disgusted as to the state of where Canada is going, and they want to get the hell out, and they want to go to the US. When I say get the hell out, I don't mean that they hate Canada. They love Canada, but they don't like the direction where it's headed. And today I'm going to tell you four main reasons why people are getting out of Canada, and some are pretty obvious. But let's get started. By the way, I'm your host, D.A. Bourne. This is the channel Born with Purpose. If you ever get a chance to, well, you will get a chance to like, share, and subscribe, I greatly appreciate it. All right, so let's get into it. Let's get into the reasons. Four reasons why Canadians are leaving Canada to go to the US. All right, here's the first reason. It's quite obvious. It's a sinking economy, inflation, high housing costs, job insecurity. We're fed up. We're fed up. It's like, it's not just a certain portion of Canada where houses are very expensive. It's across the whole country. And inflation keeps going up. And I know it goes up in other countries as well. But it just seems like it's just going nonstop. And, you know, the job insecurity, I mean, people have a hard time finding jobs in this country nowadays. I mean, you put a job up online and hundreds of people are applying to that one little job. You know, you got senior citizens applying for jobs that teenagers used to get. So it's crazy. So yeah, economic instability, sinking economy. You know, Canadians are heading south of the border because look, they want less taxes on their paycheck. I mean, overall, everywhere you go in Canada, it's just taxes, 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 taxes. At least in the US, you got some places that are high taxes and you got places that are little taxes. Not like Canada. I mean, they tax you out the behind here. And a sinking economy is one reason why Canadians are moving to the US. All right, reason number two, generation perspectives. Yeah, generational perspectives. Look, you got more and more Canadians with the ages of 18 to 34 that are looking for greener grass and blue skies. You know what I'm saying? They want that opportunity to make money. They want that opportunity that their grandparents had when they came into this country. And let me just say this to baby boomers right now. You may be disappointed that your grandson or granddaughter or daughter wants to move to out of the country that you love so much. Well, if you voted for Liberal, it's your fault, all right? Because you're not looking out for your children and your grandchildren when you voted for Liberal, because the high taxes, it's obviously you want them to continue because you didn't want to vote for the other party because the mainstream media made you think that they support Trump, that they're just like Trump, and Trump is rent free in your head, and that's why you voted Liberal, elbows up. And now you got consequences of your son or grandson, your children, your grandchildren wanting to move south of the border. And yeah, baby boomers, you got a lot of reason why this current government is still in power today. And if you disagree with me, please put them in the comments. But yeah, generational perspective, the US dollar. US dollar right now, you're getting 30 to 40% on the US dollar. And think about it. You know, with the US having 50 states, you have a variety of options that you can choose from where you want to live, right? How far your money wants to stretch. How, you know, so if you want to go to New York, money ain't gonna stretch that much. Go to California ain't gonna stretch that much. But let's say you go to get a job in, I don't know, Ohio, Michigan, Florida, Alabama, Georgia. Money stretches a little bit more there. And trust me, these people, I mean, Gen Z and millennials, they just want that opportunity to make an income, just like how their parents and their grandparents did when they're here in Canada. But now they don't have a chance to. All right. So that's reason number two. Reason number three, well, it's political tensions. I mean, you know, 2025, we just got a storm, right? I mean, Trump got back in power, and it's all the tariffs, the on Canadian goods. It's caused a lot of heartache. It's caused a lot of headaches, for stores. This is why the whole elbows up campaign has stirred up. This is why the Liberals won the election, because they got that whole elbows up campaign thing going. There's a lot of political tensions going on. The 51st state talks, although Canada is not gonna surrender and become a 51st state, in my opinion, still you got that running in people's heads, because for Trump to bring up 51st state, obviously Canada is not in good shape. We've been relying on the US too long for a whole bunch of stuff, and now all of a sudden Canada wants to make their own stuff. Canada wants to make their own cars. Canada wants to make their own goods. Should have been doing this years ago. And we still could have had a nice friendly relationship with the US. But now it's like Trump wants things to stay in America. He doesn't want to be playing babysitter no longer. And to be honest, can you blame him? Can you blame him for thinking that way? But yeah, third reason is political tensions. And the fourth reason, regional discontent. And we're talking about specifically the province of Alberta. Okay? Alberta, all over the years, although being one of the richest provinces, province full of resources, and it's just such a bonus of Canada. If you want to compare Alberta to a state in the US, Texas is probably the best example. We're like Alberta's like Canada's Texas. But anyway, they've been feeling disrespected for so long. Like the current Canadian government just gives them. They've been feeling disrespected in Parliament, in the office. Where they don't have many seats as Ontario and Quebec, who tend to have a lot of say in what goes on in this country. And Alberta's fed up. And they've been mostly a conservative province. They are a conservative province, and they're just tired of this current government, especially going for a fourth term. So yeah, they're disgusted. They want out. A lot of the people want out, right? So there's a lot of regional discontent going on. And it's funny because we got the G7 summit coming up, where 7 of the countries gather together every year and they discuss economics and all that stuff. I mean, I don't believe in just things just happening out of coincidence and stuff, but I mean, it's in Canada this year. Every year it's in a different country. It's in Canada, but guess where it's gonna be? In Alberta. How? I don't know. That's just crazy to me that the G7 summit is in Alberta. I said that to say this. Trump will be in attendance at the G7 summit in Alberta. You don't think, well, come on now. He's been talking 51st state, and he's going to go to Alberta. We all know he is going to take a good hard look at Alberta while he's there. His team's probably researching it right now, and they're probably thinking, why, instead of just trying to get Canada, why don't we just try to get Alberta? Why don't we just try to get Alberta as the 51st state? This state is too beautiful. This province is too beautiful to pass up. So 3 things could come out of this in the future if Alberta separates from Canada. 1, they become their own country. 2, they become a 51st state. Or 3, they become a territory of the US, kind of like how Puerto Rico is. I don't know. There's a lot of options out there, right? So, regional discontent. I mean, so I brought 4 reasons to you. Let me drop a 5th one as a bonus one here. Climate. Just climate. I mean, that's always been the main reason, right? I mean, when you got political instability, high taxes, a sinking economy and all that stuff, it just makes it more frustrating and pisses people off even more when the weather sucks, right? And when the weather sucks, you just get more pissed off. So climate is always a big reason why Americans want to move to the US, right? And, go to the southern states, have sunny weather all year long instead of minus 20 and trying to start your car up, or even places in Manitoba where you gotta plug your car in, otherwise it won't start. But anyway, I had to throw that bonus reason in there. What are your thoughts? Do you think Canadians are going a little overboard and trying to move to the US after what's going on with the election? Or do you agree with them? Are you considering it? I don't know. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe to Born with Purpose. I'm your host, D.A. Born. Until the next walk and the next topic, God bless. I'm out. Peace.